use this so I can explain a bit on why I am so angry about what happened with the Hershey Transplant Clinic closing without giving any warning to patients. On May 31st, I was going up there to meet with a surgeon that was said was going to be in the room with us when we did the transplant surgery. So he was there just in case they would need him to operate on my bladder, since it's been 15 years that my bladder has been used. So they thought they may need to do a surgery to extend it. So during that whole appointment, the whole thing, it was just all talked about was transplant. We're doing this, we're doing transplant, transplant's still a go, we're still okay there. And then when we left, we thought, wow, that's awesome, that's exciting. We're almost completely done. We almost have a transplant in. We have all of our doctors set up. They have all of the testing. Everything's done. And so we were elated, to say the least. So we went home super excited. We told our kids, we told our friends, we told our family, we're done. We just need to wait. And then Monday morning at 10:55 in the morning, I got a call from a social worker at Hershey. I had never spoken to that social worker before. And she said flat out that Hershey was closing their clinic for transplants for kidneys. And I asked her what that meant, and she said that meant that I was no longer listed anywhere else, and that I needed to find another hospital. And right from that, she said, do you have any other names or any other hospitals we can send your records to? Of course I didn't. I mean, I really thought with Hershey, we're done. Why would I have any other names? So I freaked out and I just said, no, I have nothing. And I'm trying not to cry because it was horrible. It was like the worst experience ever. It was like somebody just took all of the breath out of me. And then for her to just sound so, well, cut and dry. Sorry, that's the gig. Are we done? Do you have any questions? No? All right, bye. She got off the phone with me. I went home. I was at work. I had just worked third shift. I was working part of first, and I decided I couldn't stay there any longer. I was breaking up. I decided I needed to go home. So I went home. Couldn't even tell my husband right away what was going on. I just sat on the couch, not able to say it. It was just too much to say. I mean, we're months out at this point, and I'm still trying to grasp my head around how close we were, and then to have it all taken away, and for it to mean absolutely nothing to these people. They have absolutely no idea what they have done to our lives. I have spent my PTO. We have used up babysitters' times for our young boys. We have used up mileage on our cars. It is just, and just the taxing on our own brains, trying to drive that far, trying to just keep ourselves in that steady, don't get too excited, don't get too upset. But it's hard. It's hard not to get excited. Like, I always tell myself, don't get excited. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. And this is the exact reason why. And unfortunately, when we left Hershey that day, I was counting my chickens before they hatched. I was excited. We were getting ready. We were looking at places in the area to rent for the 12 weeks I would be up there. We thought it was going to be great. We thought that everything was going to work out just fine, and we thought it was way too easy. It seemed like it was way too easy. Because it was. Because they knew what they were doing. They were closing the clinic. My only question is, how long did they know that they were closing their clinic before they told their patients? They knew that they were closing it the day that I was up there. I'm not from the Hershey area, so when it got out in their newspaper, I didn't see it. I had no idea. And so you would think that one of the doctors there, when I'm talking to him about transplant, he would say, oh, no, the transplant's off the books. We're not doing that. Well, why am I in this room with you? Just the whole time we thought everything was fine. Just everybody else was playing along with us. Nobody corrected us about the transplant after they had already known, because this paper from Hershey was sent to me on May 28th. I didn't get it for a few weeks after it was sent. So it was sent before I went up for that appointment, but it didn't make it to me before, or I would have never went. There would have been no reason to. I'd still have PTO left. I'd still have some more sanity left. Just like lost all hope when they did that. It took a long time for me to be able to even come out and talk to people about how I felt with this, because this one was like a huge punch to the gut, and there's no other way to describe it. It was really just, you put your trust into a hospital and you are really just a number, and that's all it is. And for Hershey to then say, sorry, let me read this again. They just start to talk about, okay, it'll be fine, we're going to send your records to a new clinic. Well, sending the records to a new clinic isn't as simple as just, oh yeah, you find a clinic, you send records, you're back on the list. That's not how it goes. Every clinic you go to, you are starting from square one. You are meeting. Tomorrow, we are going to our first appointment at the next clinic. This next clinic is Pennsylvania, I think it's Pennsylvania University. That's our next clinic that we're going to. I'm all new. I'm a whole new patient to them. So it's the interviews, it's getting my medical records, it's just starting all over. It's doing all this stuff I've done before, but all over again. And for them to make it seem like, send this paper out to their patients and make it seem like it's so simple, when it's nowhere near that simple. When it's not. Just to be able, I made the appointments with Penn. I made the appointments with Jefferson, and I made the appointments with NYU. They said they would help me. They did not. They said they would help send my records. They sent my records to the wrong hospitals because they believed that those were the hospitals that took my insurance. I called every hospital and made sure the ones that I wanted to use did take my insurance. Then I would call them back, I'd call Hershey back, and tell them to send my records to those hospitals. They didn't do that. It took me, I don't even know how many calls anymore, just to be able to try to get them sent to the hospitals. And I still don't know if Penn got any of the records. I'm going to find out tomorrow. But it's just been a literal roller coaster through all of this. Since they've closed it, everything has just felt like a roller coaster. Like, I don't even know what to do anymore other than start all over and hope that it works out. Because it sure as hell didn't this time. And for the other people going through this, that's just, I don't even know what could be said. People on the list that just found out, no, you're no longer on the list. Sorry, dude, gotta go start somewhere else, fresh. Like, no, that's just not how it works. You don't go on the list just because you walked into that hospital. You go into that hospital, you watch a video, you meet the doctors, you do their test, you do psych evaluations if you need it. They put it in front of a panel, and then they decide. This is a few months of a process. It's not simple. But I just feel like somebody really needs to set them straight. After talking to a reporter today, I have a lot of hope that they're going to set these guys straight. Or at least bring to light what Hershey did, and it keeps doing over and over again. This letter was not enough to fix everything. It was not enough to fix my anxiety. It was not enough to say, sorry you used up all your PTO, sorry you used up all that gas money, sorry you used up all that money to stay at hotels near your area. This just isn't enough. Sorry we made you feel like just another number. Just didn't do it. Just didn't do it for me. But maybe tomorrow will be better.